Hello, and welcome to today's trending contract. Kill Order 5676544 Heroine Snowhite. Set in Hokkaido and supplied to us today by Yurienko. So moving on to our targets, as there's no briefing, and we have 5 of them, along with a free map. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting at the default location, and we'll be bringing with us a remote micro taser, a vial of lethal poison, and a silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we are going to make our way straight to the bathroom outside of the sushi bar, and in there we will find ourselves the permanent resident, who we are going to dispatch very quickly and very quietly, and we can then begin setting up for our first elimination. So here is the permanent resident, so we're just going to quickly get behind him, crouch down so he doesn't see us in the mirror, render him unconscious, and deposit him into the closet in the cubicle on the right. There we go. So next up, we're just going to wait basically right here for our first target, who will be the hospital director, Akira. He has just finished his conversation with Yuki Yamazaki. He's now heading up the central ramp, and when he gets to the top, he will stop for a little while. Now at the same moment, we will have Mr. Jason Portman in the area. We want him to wander off, as he has just done, and once he has wandered off and Akira is at the top of the ramp, we're going to open the bathroom door, throw our taser deep into the room on the floor. That will get Akira's attention, and when he comes in to investigate, we can then close the door behind him, render him unconscious. We're going to drag him over to the sinks, if we can manage that. Yes, there we go. We're going to take Akira's outfit, as he has one of the best outfits on the map. Very few enforcers to this gentleman. We're going to drop our taser on the floor, and then we're going to overflow both of the sinks just to make sure that we get a nice big puddle there. And once both of the sinks are nicely overflowing, we can trigger our taser and eliminate our first target. Now that has taken just long enough for us to miss our next target, who is currently coming up the stairs just off to our left, and we have missed Mr. Amos Dexter. So we're going to go down to his apartment, and we are going to wait for his return. So he will go around through the sushi bar area and up by the bathrooms where we just were. Eventually he will come down this way, and when he does, we can then follow him inside, and in here on the counter by the closet, we will find a packet of cigarettes. That's a big no-no in the hospital, and Amos will make his way out onto the balcony, where we will also see a crate of beer. Another big no-no for the hospital, therefore you, sir, can go home. So that's 2 targets taken care of, and while Amos is on his way down the mountain, we are now going to go and set up everything we need for Yuki Yamazaki. So we're going to make our way up and into the sushi bar. Now Miss Yamazaki is currently in attendance, so we do need to wait for her to vacate the area. Make sure we go around to the right when we enter, as there is one enforcer to the left. So that one chef must know the hospital director very well. So just as we arrive, Yuki is leaving, so we can hop over the partition into the central compartment here. We're going to add the cigarettes to the table, and then we're going to head out onto the Tranquility Garden and on our way to the helipad area, where our final 2 targets are both located. on the way there, we're going to stop off very briefly and put her hole in the oil drum just at the top of the gardens area. There we go. Now that may attract the attention of the guard just below us. It may not, depends on where he's standing. Either way, we're just going to go straight over the edge, down the drain pipe and into the sleeping quarters. We're then going to make our way around the corridors and out onto the balcony area and straight around to the helipad area, and more specifically the room where the helicopter pilot, Nails, is currently located but frequents regularly. And at this point we're going to encounter a rather weird glitch, I'm guessing, or bug, I'm not sure which. But when Nails vacates the area, we're going to go into the office, or the security room, or whatever you want to call it. We're going to add our lethal poison to the drug paraphernalia for Nails. Now, as you saw, Nails had already left before we added the lethal poison. But when he meets up with the chief surgeon, the chief surgeon will automatically eliminate himself via a poison elimination. I don't know why it does that, but I'm not complaining. It's one of the few glitches that will work in our favour. So while all that is happening, we're going to render the guard in the office unconscious. So there goes the chief surgeon. So don't know how we've managed that, but we have. So the chief surgeon is now dealt with. The security guard in the office area is gone, and Nails will now return for a new batch of his paraphernalia. And when he goes into the office, as long as the gardener isn't around, we can render him unconscious with our crowbar here, and we can then drop him over the edge of the balcony, or we can give him a neck massage, or we can put a bullet in him. Either way, we are 4 targets down with 1 more to go, and that is Yuki. Now, she does have a relatively long routine, so we will be waiting for her for a little while still, even though we've been running around doing things. So we're just going to make our way up to the helipad and to the rear of the helicopter, and over in the distance we can see the Tranquility Garden and where Yuki is about to arrive. Unfortunately, our view of Yuki is blocked by one of her bodyguards, but you can definitely see the smoke from where she's finished her cigarette and set herself on fire. So once Yuki has been dealt with, all that's left for us to do is to make good our escape. And since we're right by the helicopter, that will be our primary exit. So there we go, one more trending contract taken care of, and we get confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan. We had no objectives, and we get a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.